Have you ever noticed just seeing a food can make you feel instantly hungry, even if you weren't thinking about it just a second ago? Or how some spaces almost invite you to snack while the others make it easier to stay balanced? Like your couch in front of your TV versus your workspace. If you have these symptoms, good news, you're a human and there is nothing wrong with you. The truth is, the space around us can impact our behaviors as well as our eating behaviors. Sometimes it helps us and sometimes it works against us. Hello, I'm Celine. I'm a former lawyer turned dietitian. I changed my whole life to live my purpose. And now, with the history of eating disorder, I'm specializing in sport nutrition and eating behaviors. Welcome. This video is the third episode of this series on psychological tricks of food industry, and we're gonna talk about the importance of environment on eating behaviors. As we are starting, I want to remind you that any specific identity lives in a certain environment. For example, for a yogi, a mat is inevitable. Similarly, for an athlete, activewear and sneakers are non-negotiables. With this in mind, we're gonna dive into how your environment affects your eating behaviors, how the food industry takes advantage of it, and most importantly, how you can set up your environment to make healthy eating effortless. Let's get started. How the environment affects our behaviors. Our brain is wired for effortlessness. It always wants to conserve energy and take the path the least resistance. That means when the food is easy, visible, and ready to go, your brain lights up. In fact, studies show that simply seeing food can activate your brain's reward system, orbitofrontal cortex, increasing your cravings even if you're not physically hungry. That's why a cookie on the counter feels harder to resist than the same cookie tucked away in a cardboard. One famous experiment found that when people kept candy in a clear jar, they ate 71% more than when the candy was in an opaque jar. The same food, same people, the only difference was visibility. So the takeaway here is whatever happens to be the easiest option in front of us can trigger our eating behaviors. In this context, food industry takes advantage of these three key principles: ease, effortlessness, and visibility. They always create ready-to-go snacks, design their packages in the most attractive way, and they put the products in front of us constantly with ads, billboards, and even checkout counters. And finally, and sadly, they make their products accessible with low prices. If companies spent billions designing spaces to make you buy more, imagine what would happen if you used the same tricks on yourself. If you want to make a change, look at your environment and ask, does this environment serve me? Because whether like it or not, your environment is shaping you anyway. It's either pulling you back to old recurring actions or pushing you toward the person you want to become. Let your environment remind you the person you want to become. If you want to start yoga, just purchase that mat. If you want to start exercising, purchase that activewear or sneakers or whatever will help you to initiate that habit. You can begin reshaping your environment starting with social media followings or a simple shopping list. The smallest tweaks to your space can lead to the biggest changes in your health. In the past, when my IBS symptoms flared up, I had to go on a FODMAP diet. It's a really restrictive diet that should be controlled by a professional. Even as a dietitian myself, I didn't know what to do first because the forbidden list was longer than the foods I could eat. I felt so overwhelmed. But then I remembered the add instead of extract method. So what I did was I removed the forbidden list and made a shopping list with the foods I could eat. Then I went to grocery, purchased the produces, and filled my refrigerator and the cupboards with the foods I could eat. So as a result, I got through that restrictive period pretty smoothly. Because simply put, I designed my environment according to my goals. And I didn't have cravings, feel restricted or longing because when I opened the refrigerator, everything was at my beck and call. I felt in abundance and I even didn't have time to contemplate about the forbidden foods. So instead of extract, look for options what you can add more of. Instead of thinking I need to get rid of these processed foods from my home, you can think of what you can add more, what you can make visible, what you can make easy to go. Can you buy more veggies, fruits, yogurt, or what can you add? Just focus on what can you add more of. Rearrange your refrigerator like a grocery store. Put the healthiest things you actually enjoy at eye level, like fruits, cut veggies, yogurt, kefir. Yes, like the ones you see on Pinterest. Why not? You deserve it. If it feels so hard to prepare, put your headphone, turn on your favorite music or podcast, turn it a self-care ritual. Prepare yourselves grab-and-go snack packs or put a fruit bowl on your kitchen counter. By making it visible and reducing friction, it will help you make healthy food your default. I tried this method on my little cousin. It works. I placed a fruit bowl on the kitchen counter because I knew that she was gonna come to grab some snacks in the middle of her game. As expected, she came to the kitchen to grab some snacks, probably cookies, but she saw the fruit bowl on the counter, grabbed an apple and ran to her game. So, approved. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, comment down below what changes are you gonna make in your environment. If you don't want to miss any episode, hit the subscribe button because in the next one, I'm gonna talk about reward loop design. If you haven't seen the previous one, click here. And as always, I hope you give the nourishment you deserve to your mind, body, and soul. See you.